Okay, so what I'm going to show here is healing kickback versus juice kickback, and show you why the kickback that we're seeing currently from juice does not match the kickback that we see from healing. And this is a problem because the level of kickback that the healing provides, I feel like, is perfect. Like it feels meaningful for me to heal someone so that I get healed myself. The overheal lasts long enough to where if I am overhealing somebody else and I switch to my DPS weapon and attack another target, I have enough time to still make benefit of that self heals. Currently none of that is how it is for self juicing. I mean, currently a full clip of juice is only giving you like 75% of a juice meter, and that's if you hit every single bullet, which isn't realistic. And there's already kind of a built-in buffer for the self kickback healing, and I'll show you that right now here actually. Oops. Alright. Alright, it's looking like it's gonna took 32 bullets plus the self regeneration of the gun already, but 32 bullets was enough to bring me essentially, you know, give me 49 health. 32 bullets gave me 49 health. If I were to do that exact same experiment with a juice, I'd probably get less than a quarter or something ridiculous. I don't even know. I'll test it here in a second, but I'm just showing you that wasn't. I mean that was, you know, 32 bullets. A clip is 53. You know, so that's built in with the fudge factor. If I was at 1 HP and I was you know, healing another target, that is what the kind of, you know, self-healing kickback you see. I don't know what the numbers are specifically. I don't know what it is as far as, like, you know, right now they have the self juice set to 33%, and last patch it was 30. I mean, it was really bad the last patch. Like, I used the word abysmal not to be flashy, but because it really was just that bad. And they brought it up 3%, which is just not enough. It's just not enough. It needs to match the way self-heals currently work for it to be even viable, for it to be even a viable strategy, because right now it's not. I mean, you're spending 2 or 3 clips keeping a guy juiced. I mean, there needs to be some kind of benefit. Otherwise, there might as well not be any kickback at all, and the strategy should just be 2 juicers need to juice each other in order to get, like, the offensive bonus. It needs to be like you juice another player, and you're rewarded for getting that guy's juice meter up to full. Your juice meter needs to be up to full as well, I feel like, so you have enough time to run and find a target and attack him and utilize the juice that you just got from healing that other person, because there needs to not be any self-juicing at all. It needs to all be kickback based. Like, even right now, the juice grenade, you can still just sit in the puddle for, like, you know, maybe 8 seconds or something, and you're at full juice meter by yourself. You don't have to juice anyone else. I mean, that's not even the way it works with the healing grenade. I want to say, like, the self-healing you get from the heal grenade is really low, and that's the way it needs to be for the juice grenade as well. Like, right now I think it's set to, like, the juice grenade does like 25% self juice, and that's just too high still. The team element isn't there yet. So I'm gonna finish my clip off into this guy and show you how much overheal I get from this. So that was like 90%. That 21 extra bullets was 90% more overheal. So So, you know, if we're looking at juice, okay, so we're looking here at juice. I'm gonna shoot, I think it was like 31 bullets or something like that. I had 21 left in my clip. Alright, so I'm gonna shoot into this guy, so I have 21 bullets left. We'll see how much juice meter I have. It's about 50%. That's about half a juice meter. That's if I don't miss any bullets at all, which isn't gonna really happen. If my target is moving around, jumping around all over the place, I'm trying to keep up with his movement, I'm gonna be missing. Like that's like you're thinking in like in a perfect scenario. Maybe the current, if you hit every single bullet and never miss your target, maybe the current juicing would be viable, but that's not realistic. That's not gonna happen. I mean, a full clip. That's weird. That one was a little bit higher, like 90%, almost a full clip. Well, the full clip was almost a full juice meter. Let's see. Let's try again. Yeah, I don't know why it's juicing him more now. Maybe I'm accidentally hitting him in the head or something, but it's just not where it needs to be. It's like with the self heals, with the way the self healing works, there can be room for there's room for fudge factor. You don't need to have perfect tracking for the kickback and self heals to be decent. I feel like maybe a proposed change, something you can do to make it better. If you're really not set on changing the values of the juice anymore, maybe have it set so like as long as you have your juice weapon out, you know, out equipped, your juice meter doesn't decrease as quickly. So let's say, so I fill the guy's juice, so I'm shooting a guy, and he's juiced now. Maybe holding the gun out, my meter doesn't drain quite that quickly. Maybe it drains slower as long as I have the juiced weapon equipped. And then so I can, you know, juice my buddy up, juice him up, and then I actually have a little bit of time to run around, find another target, and then when I switch to my DPS weapon and attack, that's when my juice meter can start like draining at its full rate. You know, when you switch, when you make that switch. But I mean, the way it is now, if I'm trying to actually like juice a buddy and then go out and fight a target, I mean, it's not gonna, like, you barely utilize it at all. You maybe get a couple shots off at the most. I mean, it's just the ratio of effort I'm spending to get my juice meter up isn't like worth the reward. Like the effort isn't worth the reward currently. I mean, you guys only buffed it 3% and it was already like terrible, so now it's like, so now you buffed it from being terrible to now it's just like not great, you know. I mean, 3% was a little low. I think maybe you're thinking maybe more like 40%. Enough just so that it doesn't take a full freaking clip. Maybe it should be something like, you know, 38 bullets in a clip gives someone 100% juice meter. 38 bullets. I mean, I'm just throwing out some arbitrary numbers, but I mean, the way it is now, the fact that I have to hit every single bullet in this clip, and it's not even like a full meter, that sucks. Now, I could change it. I could make this high capacity. Now it is enough to give myself a full meter. But I mean, think of how much time I'm sitting there left clicking, tracking my buddy, You know, he's jumping around, juking all over the place. I'm trying my hardest to track him and keep up with him. In a realistic scenario, not these test dummies. It's hard. You're realistically not going to hit every shot. I mean, maybe this is what... I mean, maybe juice is something where you really only want to see it in like an organized setting, in which case, you know, people stacking up for like launchers and stuff, that could be, you know, better. Maybe it's maybe you're only going to really see juice in an organized competitive setting. And if that's your intention with it, that's fine. You know, that's fine, but the way it is right now, you're still going to be seeing a bunch of people self-juicing with juice nades, and you're going to see absolutely nobody touching the juice payload on a chassis at all. You just aren't going to see it. It just needs to feel more like the healing, to where, you know, if you're already at full health, and you shoot a guy, I mean, that took about half the clip to get my self-heal meter up to max. I don't know. You know, it's just... I don't know. The self-juicing just doesn't feel... I mean, I think that is the case, though. I think that what's happening is that the juice kickback is exactly like the healing kickback. But the thing is that, you know, if you're shooting a target at full health... If you're shooting a target while healed while full health, you only have to hit someone with half your bullets to get the full effect of the kickback healing, as opposed to with the juicing, where it's not like you're already like at a halfway juiced marked or something like that. You know, that's not how it is. It's you're starting from 0 and going all the way up to 100. So it doesn't quite work the same. It's not like, you know, if you're getting half a juice meter, you know, and then you run off to try and fight a guy, you're gonna run out of the juice by the time you find a target, unless you're just like rolling with a guy and you both just like roll up on a guy at the same time. Then you can probably get some benefit of it, but it's too situational. The room for being able to go and find a target while juice is just too small. I think maybe the juice kickback rate actually, maybe it's fine. You know, maybe it doesn't need any tweaking at all. 33%. Maybe that's a good number. Maybe a little bit higher. Maybe like 35% or something. It needs to be at least, if I'm using a standard mag and I pump a full clip into a guy, I need to be at 100% juice meter. That's at the very minimum. That has to be the case. I mean, it's just with the way juice works, it's not going to be that great. It's just not going to be that great unless you make that kind of change. But they should be, but maybe they need to implement a new mechanic to where if you have your juice gun out and you're holding your juice gun out actively, sort of like how you get that passive heal bonus, how my health is just kind of passively regenerating while I'm holding out my heal gun. Maybe there needs to be something like that too with the juice gun, where that sort of passive kickback rate that we're seeing right now with the heal needs to be something to kind of prevent your juice meter from decreasing so quickly if you have your juice gun out. Yep, that's my suggestion as far as the kickback healing and kickback juicing. You know, it's getting there, and I know you guys are trying to you know, get it to a balanced level. And I understand that the self-juicing with the rockets was clearly overpowered and broken or whatever. You know, that's fine. You know, I don't mind the having to adapt to the change. I don't. But it's just, the way it is now is just, it's a lot of work for not a lot of payoff. It's just the payoff is just not there yet. I think I'll go and do a real match with the juice how it is now, just to show, just to see how it is.
The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has dropped the hammer. Your hammer has been returned. The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has dropped the hammer. Your hammer has been returned. The enemy has stolen the hammer.
I mean, look at that. I didn't even get any benefit right there. Like,
Smashed by the hammer.
it's so not good. I'm gonna troll my team playing like this.
The enemy has captured the hammer.
I mean, look at this. Jesus Christ.
The enemy has stolen the hammer. Your team has taken.
Damn! How much damage did that do? Holy fuck.
Your team has dropped the opposing team's hammer has been returned. The enemy has captured the hammer.
I'm trolling my team so hard right now. What the? God damn, that just killed me in one shot. Keeps making it sound like I'm killing him, and I'm not killing him. Like, what the fuck was that right there? Jesus Christ. I'm getting womboed or something. Getting hit with two rockets at once. What the fuck? Die!
Has taken the hammer.
Like, what the fuck was that? He should be dead!
Your team has captured.
Alright, well there's some kind of bug with the shield now. Where like he had like 1 HP left. How is that fucking possible? Made the sound effect like he died. Like
The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has dropped the hammer. Your hammer has been returned.
like right there.
Your team has taken the hammer.
What? Was I really that low on life right now? Or did that fucking Tesla beam just give me right there?
Your team has dropped the hammer. You have taken the hammer. You have successfully captured the hammer.
Look at this. Going to shoot and it's already gone. The juice is already gone. Like, it just isn't... I think maybe the rate needs to be buffed a little bit. Maybe the fucking... the padding, so like if I have my juice gun out, it's not decreasing quite as fast. Something like that. It sucks. The self-juicing sucks. If it sucks with a rifle right now, that means it's gonna definitely suck with beams, and it's definitely gonna suck with pulse, and it's definitely gonna suck with a launcher. I mean, the only way it's gonna work with a launcher is if you have two people sitting there, standing there, you know, making sure that you're stacking the juice on top of two targets just to get your juice meter at full. It's just, come on. Like maybe in like super organized play you could see that, but not, you know, not in a regular match. You're never going to see it anywhere outside of maybe that. And even then, if someone really wants juice, they're just going to bring a grenade. I mean, just look at this. Just look at how much energy I'm expending trying to get the juice meter up. It's just never going to happen. I'm never going to get full juice. And even when I do juice my teammates and try and switch and get some kind of benefit from it, it's just not there. It disappears too quickly. Like, what? Oh my god.
Your team has dropped the hammer. Your team has taken the hammer. Your team has dropped the hammer.
Really?
You have taken the hammer.
Another thing is I think maybe the juice functionality needs to be changed.
Needs to return the hammer.
To where maybe the damage boost you're getting needs to be removed, and it needs to be so that juice is a defensive payload, where if you're juicing people, you take like maybe instead of dealing 20% more damage, maybe you take 15 or 20% less damage. Maybe it needs to be a defensive thing where juice no longer is buffing damage, but instead is buffing your defense. So then if you're a healer juicer hybrid, if you're a full support, you're adding a lot of extra survivability to your teammates. And that could be a much more direct sort of blocking incoming damage is going to feel like you're going to have more of a, like the juice is going to feel like it is doing more of something, as opposed to where you're juicing somebody and it's not guaranteed whether or not you're going to actually hit someone and utilize the 20% damage. But like if it's like an incoming effect where your juice is protecting you, so to speak, that might be another thing too to look at. But yeah, it's you juicing teammates. You get absolutely no incentive to attack and utilize the self juicing that you even get. It's just not there. What the fuck? Like my health was like at full and then I just dropped.
The enemy has stolen the hammer. The enemy has dropped the hammer. Your hammer has been returned.
Right there. He made the sound effect like he was dead.
You have achieved victory.
Alright, so, that's, V38, this is what's going on right now, juicing, some other bugs. Guys got your work cut out for you. This is Beefy signing out.
What do you mean you don't agree with me? Do you know who you're dealing with?